We did everything to give it away, turn the ball over too many times offensively, turn the ball over in special teams. Didn't make enough plays to win the game. I felt like right till the end we would go down and score and get ourselves out of here with the win, but we didn't make it happen. We gave the ball back too often.
It's kind of what are you seeing out there when six turnovers there? Does it just something that just kind of kept plaguing you guys throughout that? Just kind of what you see contributed to a lot of that.
Yeah, I mean, when you get some tip ball interceptions, that's going to happen. We had one real bad one where, we can't make that throw. And then there was some pressure on the quarterback, and I think he got pressured a few times, got hit a few times, and then didn't really be able to see things like he normally does throughout the year.
And just Jason's performance overall, still is 279 yards, still had you guys kind of in there, but the mistakes there, did you see it? Did he feel right to you today?
No, I thought offensively we weren't, in sync the entire game. Some of that's because of the way they pressured us, some of that's because we didn't do our job. I thought we were getting it there when we went and drove the ball and scored in the third quarter, I guess it was. It was a really good drive put together, and a really nice throw and touchdown, great catch by Xavier, and I felt good about it. Then we drove the ball off the goal line, flipped the field, but we weren't able to take it and go score, and that ended up hurting us.
How much did they surprise you maybe offensively? It's a team that's run the ball a lot. You guys did solid on that, but just some of those deep shots that they were able to complete.
Yeah, they did a good job of throwing the ball deep down the field and making catches. Their receivers made some really good catches. The balls were in good places. They did a good job maxing up their protection, not letting us get to them. And that ended up being what hurt us the most.
What's the feeling like in the locker room after the game as you're breaking things down and talking to your teams after losing the game the way you guys did tonight?
Yeah, it's tough, and particularly for our seniors. We got a group of seniors that ended up being their last game. They weren't counting on that. I think they've done an unbelievable job here, leading and welcoming the new guys that came in the summer. So it's hard on them. There was a lot of tears shed in the locker room after the game.
You have to feel like the expectation's higher now. It's not just get to the playoffs anymore. You guys felt like you should have came in and win this game. Just how much have you noticed that? And it doesn't seem like the end of last season where it's like, oh, yippee, you made the playoffs. How do you kind of feel with that?
Yeah, we definitely were going into the game expecting to win the game and working hard to do it. I thought we had a good week of preparation. Our guys were focused. They were focused today coming out with a lot of energy. We certainly gave, our players gave everything they had. We want to get in the playoffs and advance in the playoffs and win. That's what our goals are.
You guys have played a lot of close games this season. Do you think that allowing teams back into games or maybe not playing as good as you should against other opponents, do you think that caught up to you in this one?
It certainly, might have. We've turned the ball over too many times this year, and particularly on our punt return team. And obviously when you do that, you give them a short field and a touchdown. And 2 of the 3 games we recovered from it, came back and found a way to win. I thought we were going to get it done here tonight, even when we held them on third down and made them punt. But we weren't able to overcome it.
Coach, before the interception, you were driving pretty good downfield. Where were you looking to get as far as getting into field goal range there?
Well, we had the wind, so one of the things coming out of halftime was take the wind in the third quarter or the fourth quarter. We decided to take it in the fourth. So we got the ball the previous time, I think, where he had a 47-yard field goal. We felt like 51, somewhere in there, we would have an opportunity to kick the field goal and make it. That's, we usually finish our Thursday's practice with him making a 50, 51, sometimes 48-yard field goal, depending on the wind. So he's a really good kicker, and we all got great confidence in him. We just needed to get to there, and the tip ball turnover killed us.
1 point loss is a tough pill to swallow, but could you just share your thoughts on the season as a whole and this team specifically?
I really like the team, really proud of them. They're great competitors. There's really good leadership on it. It's amazing how they welcome all the new guys in that came in June, and how the standards were set to how we practice and how we prepare and go out and compete hard. So we got a lot of respect and pride and love for our players and assistant coaches, because they really did an unbelievable job this year.
Where do you want to see the improvement when you go out and start recruiting for your next team? Where do you guys need to jump?
Yeah, I haven't thought about that yet, but we certainly need to now. I think that's the thing we'll get on right away, is get on the recruiting road, figure out how we're going to do it. We don't have a lot of scholarships available. We do have a lot of guys coming back, so that's a good thing. But we certainly have to get the right ones at the right positions, so we'll work hard at that.
And you touch on the seniors. I mean, that's you have a group you have a few that have been here for a long, long time. Just what have they meant to you? Just trying to build this program back up to get in this position in playoffs.
Yeah, they mean a lot, just because of how how much they helped in making the transition, and how positive they were. And when we first got here and we took the job, we talked about not saying a word about the past, just looking forward and talking about everything going forward, and they were great about that, and they led and had great attitudes, and changed a lot, so respect them a lot.
Coach, just talk about what a whirlwind 2021 has been. In essence, you pretty much had 2 seasons crammed into one calendar year this year. You may never see anything like that again.
Yeah, it feels like 3 really, because we also played in the fall. We played 3 games in the fall and practiced a lot because they were spread out a little bit. Then got a little bit of break for Christmas and came back and started up January 10th. I think when we started our off-season workout, or in-season workout, I guess it was, the crank it up bit of it. So it's been a good grind. I was really impressed with how our players handled the summer. I was surprised. I think that it just shows how resilient young guys are, because they all made great strides in the weight room on their improvement in the lifting and quickness and speed drills that we did. And that surprised me a little bit. I didn't think that we would see that improvement. So they're very tough and very resilient. And they've put a lot into it.
With this season and all the comebacks, and it seems like everyone on offense broke some kind of school record. It's going to be one a lot of people remember, but I'm just curious, what are you going to remember about this 2021 squad?
Probably this group of seniors and the newcomers and the guys that went out and competed so hard. Guys like Xavier Lane, who's crushed in the locker room right now because it was his last college football game, and he did an unbelievable job when he got here. His attitude, and toughness, and coachability. He was just wanting to go out and have his best year that he's ever had, knowing that it was his last go-round. So those are the guys that I'll think about the most.
Yeah, struggled on the ground today. Just kind of what you see kind of contribute to that.
Yeah, they were moving their front a lot, and we didn't block them real well. We had a hard time getting positive yards on first down, and that hurt us. That led to some 3rd and longs and situations where you don't want to be in. Shelley ran out and got us a few first downs on those when they were dropping 8, but it made it hard. And that's why I thought in the 3rd quarter there that we finally started to run the ball and finally getting positive yards and move it. And then even when we came off the goal line, backed up on the 1-yard line, I felt good about it. Got stopped on 3rd and 1. And
Tyler, just disappointing into the season, just kind of what's running through the thoughts for you right now?
Honestly, I'm not really thinking about myself. Of course, I cried and whatnot, but it's not because of me. Because the people who, when I first came here, they finally graduated. They finally leaving. And I feel like that's what hurt the most. Being able to look on the side of me, seeing Tyler Lovelace, in front of me, seeing EJ, behind me, seeing Tyler's wall. That's really the thing that that's what gets me, honestly.
Yeah, Jason, just kind of some of the struggles offensively today, some of the turnovers. Just kind of what was UTM doing that just kind of made it difficult today?
It was doing a lot of exotic movement up front, and with their backers and stuff like that, kind of gave us a little bit of confusion. But hats off to them for having like a pretty good game plan. They kind of just stalled us out a few times. I mean, we scored our usual 30, but I mean, we gave them the turnovers. It was 3 turnovers, 4 turnovers. My fault. I mean, I got to do better and take care of the football. But yeah, hats off to them for having a good game, and they just won tonight.
Tyler, you kind of talked up just kind of the potential of this team, just how much you believed in this, and for it to end right now, I'm sure that's got to hurt. Right, just kind of coming first round when you guys have higher expectations than that right now.
Yeah, I feel like, and I wouldn't say I'm too much disappointed, you know, because it's life. You fall short. Somebody just told me that outside. You know, you got to keep moving. Life is like a wheel. You know what I mean? Every day you can't stop it. There's something we all could have done better out there tonight, honestly. If we being honest, like completing passes, missed tackles, line movements, we all could have done better. And I'm not disappointed at the team. I love this team. These my boys. And guess what? Next year when you come back, I'm gonna tell you the same thing. We going big. Go big or go home. And I guess being from Louisiana, I guess that's just, you feel me, that's how I am. But that's how I'm gonna be, and I believe in it.
Now, UT Martin was a team that ran the ball pretty well on the ground throughout the season. You guys didn't give up a lot of rushing yards to them tonight, but the passing game seemed to really be what did you guys in. What was the week of preparation like in practice? Was there a specific focus on one area of the game, or just what was that like?
We focused on everything. I mean, I feel like that's kind of crazy, you know, just to kind of focus on the run. Because just like they prepared, we also, you feel what I'm saying? So it was literally practice the same, because like I said before, just like they believe, we weren't scared of nobody, not passing game, not running game. Like I said, granted, we could have did more things. Our technique probably was off a little bit. I mean, that's really it. We just got to get back in the lab, bro. They're probably going to give us like a week off. Probably not even, which I'm not even mad at them, bro. We got to get back to work.
You mentioned some of the seniors like Tyler and like Eric and Titus. What's it like playing with, you know, some guys who came from the old regime and seeing how things have changed for them and getting to see them and experience like, the last couple seasons like they have with so much success you guys have had?
It's actually great, because my thing is, you got to understand, being on the side of Tyler Lovelace, even during the game, bro, like, me and him cracking jokes. Like, yo, let's get it. Looking back at Titus, cracking jokes, same thing. Every time I see Titus got a smile. He was literally the first person that I seen on campus when I got here. Never seen a dude in my life had the biggest smile on his face. Me and him been kicking it ever since, even EJ. He was at the crib the other day, me and him was just kicking and playing games, you know what I mean, eating and whatnot. So like I said, that's going to be a tough one, but you use that as fuel to the fire. That's what I'm thinking about. Like, we couldn't do with them. Like, we got to pull it through for them next season, even though they're not here. Those lifelong connections, honestly, man, that's good dudes, that's good people.
Jason, how much fun was the season for you?
It was actually a lot of fun. I had a great time. I don't know, a blast. Dealing with the guys, they took me in. See you guys over here laughing. But yeah, the guys took me in, kind of brought me into this family, and I really just appreciated every moment I had leading up to this. And you know, I'm just very grateful for everything, the guys, the team, and yeah, I had a lot of fun.
And to be able to play at the level you've played all year, just a lot of doubters. A lot of people told you couldn't do this. Told you couldn't be a quarterback. Offensive player of the year, and you're leading a team. You're throwing for over 200 yards in a playoff game. Just how much has that meant to you?
It means a lot to just go out there and just perform at the ability that I can. But you know, it's one of those ones where you wish you could have a couple of throws back, get some points on the board, and you probably would see a whole different result, different emotions out of everybody. It's just a different field. But you know, you live and you learn. You just gotta move forward, and you'll come back next year.
Which throw is gonna haunt you the most?
Probably, I ain't gonna lie, neither. I'll probably say the fumble. Probably the fumble. That probably hurt the most, because we were about to score for some points on that play. But I'll probably say the fumble hurt the most. But you know, you kind of go with it and keep going.
Come back next year?
For sure.
That's a little question, man. What made you think about that? Why?
He's got a year left.
That's my question.
We gotta ask.
I could have said no.
Whoa.
We have to ask.
It was straightforward.
Just for both of you guys, how nice has it been this year? There's been a lot of talk, not only on campus, but around the community about Bears football, and there's been a lot of struggling seasons, you know, over the last 20 plus years around here. how much pride do you guys take in being a part of that team that has led this resurgence back?
I mean, when I got the opportunity to come here, I took that opportunity full stride ahead. Kind of similar to what I had I would say, from my high school. I mean, I wouldn't say we wasn't bad, but we was a fairly young school when I got there. No name, no nothing. Kind of just had to go out there and play with the guys you went to elementary school with. So, you know, I came here, I heard about the history of the school, and I came here wanting to make a change. So, you know, that's something that I had goals for, come out here and just kind of put the team on the map, you know, get some like life in Springfield and stuff like that. And I feel like we've done a good job, and we've got to carry on to the next year and then keep moving forward.
I honestly loved it too. My fault for cutting you off, but like looking in the stands, being that everybody went home for Thanksgiving break, bro, and if we being honest, I feel like there was louder tonight than we had more people. Everybody was cutting up. I like that. To say it was more like local people, I liked it. That's a good feeling, man.
Coach Pisa said it was an emotional locker room. What was the message that he was giving to you guys after the game, and what was like that post-game breakdown that he had for you?
He just told us to keep our head up, and you know, like things like this happen. You have days where you just don't come out to your full potential, but you just gotta fight through it and keep pushing. Don't let it just destroy you. So that was kind of the message he had with us. But yeah, it was definitely an emotional locker room. We felt like we kind of just gave the game away. So I mean, that's that. I feel bad for the seniors how they had to go out like that, but you know, us younger guys got to pull it through. You know, try to do something for them next year in their name.
You guys have been able to play in those close games all season, and it's kind of been a given that you come back and win them. Did you have that feeling just kind of going into that final drive again?
Of course, like we went to that drive. The drive before, we thought we was going to score too. We went in there, it was like, yeah, we're going to close it out, go ahead, go up 13-14 in the game. It didn't go that way, and then we went out there, they scored. I mean, as an offense, it was complete confidence, especially since we only needed 3. And we know Jose can make it from 48. So we knew that all we had to do was just get to 30, 35, and we was going to win that game. But, I mean, that interception at the end, I mean, it sucks, but it's something you just gotta move forward. You just can't just keep beating yourself up. That's something that we're gonna watch the film, and then that's just something that we're gonna not make that mistake in the year 2022.